Hello and welcome to a hidden gem of a property. The whole property has a truly lovely feel to it, and seriously, if the garden and stone cottage is your dream, then you should really come and take a look at this. We have a wonderful land plot and renovation project for you at a very good price. Here you can see the rear entrance of the property, which has a service track for vehicles. A little bit further on, and you can see the boundary of the land. It is made up of a number of terraces. It is important to note that the terraces that are immediately this side of the boundary are very well looked after. Indeed, the owners of the terraces have clearly put in irrigation and are growing all manners of crops in there. I've seen grapevines as well as a range of vegetables, and there are a number of citrus, fruit trees, apples, pears and olives. So the land is clearly fertile. I am going to take a moment and explain where you are. The World Heritage Site, that is Tomar, is 20 minutes away. The county town of Ferreira de Zêzere is 15 minutes, and Lisbon Airport is 1 hour and 20 minutes. If you fancy a day at the seaside, it is 1 hour, and there are a number of river beaches within 20 minutes or so. Okay, the house itself is the two gables you see with the arrows pointing at them. They are behind the row of houses on the street, and they present a surprising opportunity. The land has been kept clean and it has a well with water. So this land offers opportunities for some pretty serious gardening. Whether you want to make a flowered oasis or live in a very low impact way, you have the choice.
Good morning, here we are at a property that I saw for the very first time yesterday while I was out on viewings with clients. The property is this cottage here, and I knew we had to come make a video because it's not often you find absolute bargains now in this condition. It's obviously a stone cottage, and at the front, as you can see, it looks quite small, but when you come through this passageway here that Paul's walking through, it opens up into the second building at the back, which is also all stone, and could, when linked together, be a really stunning property. Good spaces, good height. Now in here, we're hoping the light's working. You've got the benefit of pretty much, there's not an awful lot of demolition to just leave you with a large shell, allowing you to do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, I think it's important to note that the height would allow you for, attic type bedrooms in both sides of this building, wouldn't it?
It would, when you come down to the floor beyond the tank. I mean, in front of you, I don't know whether you want to clock that, but this is a big water tank. And on the other side,
I think this was an olive press or a wine press.
maybe. It's
Look
got
at the big screw in the middle.
Yeah, of course, yes.
It
Of
was
course,
a
you're right.
press of some sort.
Yeah. And there's a really nice tap on the other side of it.
Yeah, it's a wine press then, I think.
Okay. So this, where are you looking? You're looking, so you can't see out because you can just see light coming in, but
Yeah.
through there are the terraces out the back, which are very, very private, because this house sits beyond, back off the road, beyond the other houses along the street.
Yeah.
It's actually completely private, which is really, really lovely. We'll get out there and show you. Showing you the walls there and the stone. And shall just make a point of showing how, so at the front here the property's been rendered, and obviously at the side here it hasn't. And something you can do if you don't want to do the full exposed stone is you do your cornerstones. So they're always built like, so that cornerstone's going that way, this way, that way, this way, that way. And that's a very nice way of exposing the stone without having to do the manual labour of a whole house, because it is quite time consuming pointing up a whole stone property.
Many would consider it worth it though.
Yeah, but absolutely beautiful when done. Absolutely beautiful. And I mean, if you're looking at investment and resale, it's amazing. Something else to just point out, if you could just stop for a minute. So here, where it's been rendered and painted, obviously around the door there, they're actually large stone lintels. You can't see them, they've been painted. You just get rid of that paint.
Get an idea off the window of what you mean by dressed stone lintels, which is
Yes, maybe I wasn't
and
clear.
or this doorway as well.
Yep.
Also has
Yep.
the dressed stone lintels.
Oh, sorry, the microphone. You haven't got the microphone. Yeah. So that's what I mean by dressed stone lintels.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's follow up into the main house. Now you enter into the old kitchen, and we have declared the first 10 stairs unusable, so we're not going up there. But can you get that to go up and show the height? I'm not sure that that's really working.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay. The great height. I could easily stand up in the middle there. You could get extra rooms out of there. If you were to decide that the property, it depends. If you're coming in and renovating it and going to live in it and remodel it as it is, then you're not going to take the roof off. You'd insulate from the inside, but if you were to take the roof off, you'd ring beam it. So we've come through into the original living areas, and you've got lucky enough to have a really quite large lounge area here. So those are the doors that we were just looking at from the outside. And again, here we'll have big stones underneath. If you were to take the render off, always around the doors and windows, they have those big stones that are what's supporting it. This wall here is not stone. Your exterior is back there. If you wish to, this could come out and open it all completely. Looking into the bedrooms, they are small, very typical sort of 3 by 3 metre bedrooms, but they're back to back. So you could easily just take the wall out in between the two and end up with one good sized bedroom across there, which is a double room with space for wardrobes and everything. So this is the second room, exactly the same as the other. They've both got windows, they're both very light. You can see that the property was previously connected to electricity and mains water, I believe, but I'm going to double check on that one. So here you have the old fireplace, and this was definitely used as the kitchen because you have you've got the sink. You don't often see the sink next to it.
They're being ripped out often and resold.
Maybe because you've got the stone. You see the feature of the. Oh, I've just done this one. But you've got the grooves in for the drainer. So, handmade.
Ah, look.
You still got the chain.
Yeah, for hanging the meat.
Yeah, or the cauldron, making a nice stew.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Again, everyone has mixed feelings on. I mean, the beams are always lovely on these. This one doesn't take up too much space, so actually you might find that you keep it and just put a bit nice salamander in there to heat the property. Now going through into that large area where we started. And as Paul steps down to ground level now, suddenly we're a completely different height.
Yeah, I'm not sure it'll show, but I'll pan up.
Yep.
And see how it does get the height, because I mean it is very high.
Easily 2-storey.
Yeah.
And
there'd be attic bedrooms, wouldn't there? You know, with vaulted ceilings, but fantastic.
So this area here, of course, yes, it was wine, wouldn't it, with the barrels? With us wondering whether it was wine or whether it was oil. I'd say the barrels tell us it was wine, but you're getting a really nice idea of the stonework here.
Which is actually very good.
Yep. That probably sounds a little bit silly, but sometimes you see terrible stonework. Lots of little stones, whereas here you've got lots of big stones. You've also got the arrow slit window there.
Now this would point up amazingly, it really would.
It would, definitely. And I want you to look at the tap. Unfortunately, it's kind of stuck between, but look. Can I move? Look at that old tap there. I don't know if you can see it, or anyone else.
That's where the grape juice would have been poured out to.
Yeah. I don't know anyone else who's interested, but I like these old things. So, turning round, maybe you can start getting a good feel of going out to the back garden. Lovely views. And here is another stone footprint. So, quite possibly, well, we'd have to double check whether this can be, I mean, at this height it's not much use for anything, but you can see it used to have a roof on it. Oh, and actually the arrow slit window that I mentioned, can you see the blockwork there?
Yeah.
It's blocking up a proper window.
Yeah.
So that's obviously, you just take that out, you don't need to worry about licensing for opening up a window. There's one there already. You just take the block out.
Yeah. Yeah, we should mention the slight elephant in the room there is they've replaced that gable at some point with terracotta tijolos, and I would be so tempted to use some of the stone here and rebuild the gable in stone, but that would totally be up to others.
Yeah, absolutely. You could also just render it and paint it white, and as a contrast against the stone, often a bit of render, watch out, against the stone shows the stone off. It makes a point of it. Your lamp's still on, you know. Okay. So outside the back here, suddenly, now you get the full. You're getting the full height of the property and where we're at the back. Oh, and look, if you stand back, there is a window in the attic. Obviously, we weren't able to get to the attic because of the state of the stairs, but there is one window there.
Already, yeah.
And it looks like someone's already tried to put a ring beam on.
Yeah, I think it has been ring beamed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'd be a case of getting up there and having a look. I mean, these holes. What are you looking at? You're looking at a tree.
Yeah, I am at the minute.
Okay, so we've got an orange tree. And then I've got to get behind Paul so I can see what he's seeing. So, yeah, get out from in the trees and we can actually do a span of where we are. Yeah. Now, another major benefit of this property is it's got a well. It's got a well, it's full of water because we had a look yesterday. And the land, well, it goes down at least 3 terraces. I'm not sure, have you got the big oak tree in there? That's on the land.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think it goes down quite a bit further than that, doesn't it?
More, only a little bit.
Okay.
3 wide terraces, and we can walk round them. But what I'd like you to, are you panning the distance? There's no one here. Because we're down below the other properties.
No, all you've got is nice views.
I mean, yesterday, literally, I went up and down this road about 3 times. I asked the neighbours, I couldn't find the property. Someone else told me it was in the next village. I went to the next village, I came back. It was just hidden behind another house.
Well, let's just go and have a little walk down.
Yeah, let's do that. So, although at the front of the property, it looks sort of like tucked in a little bit. The driveway, you've got space. You just get rid of the wall and you put parking there. And then you just walk past the neighbouring property and you're onto your own plot. Something else to mention here is that it's all fenced. Major advantage. We have fruit trees here. We're going past a variety of citrus trees. And we've got a rose growing by the water there. Lots of olives that I haven't counted. I'm probably not going to. Now here you're getting to the boundary. Let's just show the boundary. Okay, I said it's all fenced, except for this bit. The boundary's here, and the wall's fallen down here. You can see quite clearly there's a wall there. Not sure if you're looking at, there's a wall there, and then it comes down here and follows down that line and then joins up to a fenced area that you can possibly see, but we'll go down there. So we've got...
I like this. You've got access, sort of tractor or mini tractor access.
Yes.
Onto the terrace straight away. So straight onto that first terrace, you've got access, and then you've also got access going down there.
Yeah, going down to the bottom.
Going down to the bottom, so you can get a tractor or mini tractor straight onto these terraces really easily, which actually isn't very common at all.
No, you've also got an access road from the bottom. So it's not a sense of having to come past the house. There's access. We'll show you in a second once we get down there. Okay, when I said there is one area that isn't fenced, I thought it was all fenced, but it's really only, 20 metres, 30 metres maybe. And then it's all fenced. So here you can see can you see the fence?
Yeah.
Okay. So on the left hand side where the cork oaks are, that's the neighbours. And then if we follow the fence, the olive trees are full of olives. And then it comes round to the right here. And what's nice is all the land is really clear. Oh, well, there you can see that's a very good way of seeing the access road.
Yeah.
Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
So that's access coming from a road at the bottom, and that is access up to your land. Obviously, it gives access to the people either side before your land. But here is your boundary.
I get it now.
Yeah, you get it? Do I?
Yeah.
So here is the boundary.
Yeah.
Here is the access. Obviously, that's access to them and them, but this is private.
And that's a cobbled track down at the bottom, is it? Or?
No, it's a dirt track.
It's a dirt track.
But it's perfectly.
But a good one.
It's it's a used dirt track, absolutely. Maybe, and then this big oak tree, beautiful shade giver. I'm not sure how easy it is to get inland in the video. It's not flat, but it's also not really steep. I think you've got 3 terraces, 1, 2, 3, possibly 4. This is the largest one that we're stood on at the moment.
Yeah, well, that's great. You could put vegetable gardens, permaculture. There's a raft of things that you could do.
Absolutely.
Here, and it's got its water source.
Yeah, that's all important, is having that water source, and the earth it's a good colour. It's not red. It's just, I don't know whether it's proper. It's earthy earth.
Very diggable soil. Yeah.
Obviously a bit dry at the moment, but workable. It's worked. Both sides, the land is either worked or it's kept, and there's animals kept. You can see everything's really quite well organised. So, I mean, something worth noting is the walls of the terraces here.
Yeah, so it's straight into the sun, so it's a little difficult, but the state of these terrace walls is fabulous.
Yeah. They're a feature in their own right, aren't
They are, yeah. It's just lovely. It's an absolutely stunning plot of land, it really is.
Yeah.
So, would you like to say goodbye to our viewers?
Yes, okay. We can do that. We'll say goodbye here. So, when you see the price for this, you'll see why I had to come back. Literally, I was only first time yesterday, and it's an excellent opportunity for somebody. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope we've managed to give you some sort of proper idea of what you can do, the potential here. Please do like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.